when they couldn't find him. 3 words. They went back. They went back to Jerusalem to search for him there. You know what my wife says when I say, hey, babe, where are the keys? Where'd you put them keys? You know what she says? Where's the last place you put them? Where's the last place you put them, fool? That's what she says to me. But I ask you, I'm so glad I had this past. Whenever I saw, for a couple months, we know when we're going to be here. And I had this idea of this message before I needed this message. Honestly. For real. I knew I was going to teach on this before I really needed to teach on this. But this past week, I needed to write this. But it says that they went back. Where was the last place you put Jesus? Where was the last place Jesus was real to you? Ask yourself that. If you find yourself drifting, because remember, you don't gain 20 pounds overnight, you gain half a pound overnight. And another half, and then 3 weeks later you say, what happened? You don't lose Jesus overnight. Because they assume it's everywhere else. So if you find yourself in that position, or if you think that you'll be in that position, why do you think Christmas is so popular? Because the fall is so busy. And it's a holiday, but it's so busy, and you finally realize. Because remember, it says they didn't miss him at first. Eventually, you'll find out you're missing him. Christmas, and then by the time Christmas season's over and you're back in your, as usual, you're back in your every year, what hits? Easter. And then you're back in it again, you're back in it, Christmas. Back in, you lose Jesus. If Mary and Joseph in the flesh had Jesus, saw him, if they can lose him, I lose my keys every single day. I can lose Jesus. But you know what it says? They went back. They went back. Yesterday was it's a weird day. Yesterday was a weird day, August 6th. 2019 is a weird day for me. It's not celebration, and it's not mourning. It's kind of in the middle. August 6, 2010, and if you've been here before, whenever I've been speaking, I'll probably mention I was in a car accident where my brother and my best friend passed away. That was 9 years ago yesterday. And like I said, it's a different kind of thing because that's when God got me. On the other end, there is mourning, right? There is lament, like you feel. It's just a different day. Your emotions are crazy. What I've noticed about humans is that we love to hear about chaos. We love to hear about success. We love watching documentaries of how something, give me all the juice. What do we call it? The tea. Give me the tea, right? You know what? And I'm the same way. I watched a show called I Shouldn't Be Alive, where it chronicles somebody lost at sea for 90 days. And I just want to know about it. You know what I've never seen a reality show on? The year it took to heal. I've never seen someone's emotions, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically heal from something like that because that's not popular. And so whenever I was in the car accident, it ended, the visitations ended, and there was me, stuck in a hospital bed with broken legs and a broken hip, immobile. This is the part that no one talks about. So I get moved to the house, and we lived in a small condo, and the living room was downstairs, and the 2 rooms were upstairs, and they couldn't move the medical bed upstairs, so it sat downstairs. But because I was immobile and I couldn't move for a couple months, I couldn't get myself out of bed, I needed help. When everybody goes to sleep, Tyler goes to sleep. But the thing, I'm on painkillers, so I sleep all day. In the nighttime, I'm trying to party. You ever can't sleep and you see your spouse just snoozing, you just want to punch them? Just mad because they're just thriving while you're like, why? How can you sleep like that? I was mad. Because I couldn't get up to turn off the lights. I couldn't get up to turn off the TV. I couldn't do anything. So when they went to sleep, guess what? They turned the lights off, and then they went to bed. And so I sat there, and I looked at a wall. Day or night, after night after night. And a family member of mine had put a Bible on my nightstand. And I kept telling myself, man, I'm going to read during the day. But you don't read during the day. It sounds good, but you just really don't. And so one time I thought, maybe I'm going to try to read at night, but there's no lights. So then I asked my dad, I said, Dad, you guys turn off all the lights and will you leave me a flashlight? I wasn't a Christian at this time. I don't think so. I wouldn't say I was a Christian at this time. But I said, Dad, will you grab me a flashlight? Will you? I said, because I want to read the Word. And I remember that first night, all the lights go out. Everything goes out. And I look at the Bible, and I see the flashlight laying there. And I don't know what I'm doing with this thing. I don't know if you've ever tried to read this. I don't know what I'm doing with this thing. But I open it up. And I turn this thing on. It's just me, a wall, and this. And I begin reading. And then I keep reading. And I keep reading. And then I start devouring. And I wasn't interested in Scripture or the Bible or Christianity, but I'm reading Philippians 1:21. To live is Christ, to die is gain. And I know that there's something there for me. Why am I feeling like this? All I didn't have speakers, I didn't have a microphone, I had a flashlight, and I had a Bible, and I just dove in. And now I'm 9 years later, asking God, where are you? And really, honestly, when I read, they went back, and yesterday was the day for me, and I remember God being so real to me with only a flashlight and a Bible, broken legs, nobody around. When was this not enough? When was Jesus not enough for me? How did I drift and lose Jesus when I have everything in the world? I ask you, where have you left Jesus? Where was the last place you encountered him for real? Where was it? And where do you need to go back to? It's not easy. Sometimes I have to dig up old emotions, old feelings. But I remember how I felt with this. And I would choose that any day of the week. Where do you need to go back to? Where was God so real to you? Where did you leave him? Because the cool thing is Jesus never left them. Never did. He even says later on, didn't you know where I'd be? You should have known I'd be right here.